here in Basel. There's so much to do apart from watching this fabulous badminton. Of course, this is the first ever World Championships, where we also have the Para World Championships, 12th edition of the Para World Championships, 25th edition of the Total BWF World Championships. Merchandise to buy, food to eat, fans, meeting area. There's absolutely everything here, I can assure you. Well, as far as we're concerned, our next match is women's singles. We've already had 6 matches today, and we've just watched the former world #1 Tai Tzu-Ying coming through against Fitriani. 8 straight points to finish off the match from 13-14 down. My goodness, that showed class, didn't it? Well, the next match we've got, we have PUSARLA V Sindhu, who has won 4 World Championship medals, including reaching the final at the last 2 editions of the World Championships. She's up against another player from Chinese Taipei, PAI Yu Po. After that, we'll have women's doubles. In fact, we've got women's doubles and women's singles for the rest of our matches this afternoon. Well, there you can see this section of the draw. This is the bottom half, and as you can see, we've already lost a seed today in the bottom half because Chai Yen-Yen, the number 16 seed, has gone down to the Korean Kim Ga-un. So Tai Tzu-Ying, the number 2 seed, will play the Korean. But we will be looking at PUSARLA V Sindhu against PAI Yu Po, our next match on. Well, when you look at the career win-loss records of these 2 players, PAI Yu Po, that win-loss record translates into 8 career finals, having won 3 titles. One of them earlier this year, that was the Russian Open. PUSARLA V Sindhu, her win-loss record, 31 tournament finals, having won 14 career titles. So the first duty, the toss of the coin.
Red. Black. That side. Service.
So it was PUSARLA V Sindhu who won the toss and has chosen sides. That would indicate to me that there is a very slight drift. Now, while we were watching the toss of the coin, we could see that this will be the 3rd meeting between the 2 players, and both previous meetings have been won by the number 5 seed, PUSARLA V Sindhu. But let me tell you that this young lady is a very talented individual. Beautiful shots, just like the last player we watched from Chinese Taipei, Tai Tzu-Ying. Perhaps not quite the same skill level, but I had PAI Yu Po down as 28 years of age, but there's no doubt that she is 45 on the world ranking, with the highest ranking of 20. In fact, a total of 10 weeks at number 20. She's competing in her 4th consecutive World Championships. She was in the last 16 4 years ago, and in the first round here she beat the left-handed Linda Zecheri of Bulgaria, 21-18, 21-17 in 44 minutes. So to her opponents, the number 5 seed, PUSARLA V Sindhu, who turned 24 last month, and she was born in Secunderabad, the north part of Hyderabad in India. Did spend a total of 11 weeks across 3 different spells as world number 2, but currently number 5, as you can see. This is her 6th consecutive World Championships, and incredibly, the 6th consecutive time that she has been seeded. 4 medals, 2 silver, the last 2 World Championships, and 2 bronze medals, the first in Guangzhou 6 years ago, and then a year after that in Copenhagen. So for a 24-year-old, it is a remarkable record. Paul Buffum of England is our umpire for this one, and Iris Metspalu of Estonia
Ready
is
to play.
the service judge. I'm Jill Clark, delighted to say Steen Pedersen is sitting alongside me, and it will be very interesting. As we saw, of course, PAI Yu Po has played a match so far. All the seeds in the women's singles had a bye, so it'll be the first time we're watching PUSARLA V, and it'll be interesting to see her form.
It will, and it can be a little bit tricky playing a player who's already gotten a little bit accustomed to the playing conditions in the arena. So very exciting to see, especially at the start of the match.
Yes, it's also been very interesting to me, Steen, the fact that PAI Yu Po struggled with injury. She's had an operation on her elbow. That was at the end of 2016. Struggled to come back, was playing some doubles. But recently, her last two tournaments, well, she won the Russian Open Super 100 event and a quarter-final in Hyderabad as well. So she's done well in her last two tournaments.
Yeah, we know that she can play badminton. Definitely. She must come in with some reasonable amount of confidence. Happy to be back playing and playing women's singles.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, PUSARLA V Sindhu, India. And on my left, PAI Yu Po, Chinese Taipei. PAI Yu Po to serve. Love all. Play.
So PAI Yu Po of Chinese Taipei, nearest to us, getting this second round women's singles match underway against the beaten finalist for the last two World Championships, PUSARLA V Sindhu. Add to those 4 World Championship medals and Olympic silver for Sindhu, and it gives an indication of what a wonderful player she is in big tournaments.
Yeah, she's a championship player.
She is, isn't she?
She seems to get a little bit better every time the stakes are raised.
Service over.
So we should indeed also mention her silver medal at the Asian Games last year in Jakarta.
Lost the final against Tai Su Ying.
The lady we've just seen. So, Steen, I'm going to jump right in with a fun fact of the day. India have won 8 World Championship medals, and I've just been telling you that PUSARLA has won 4 of them. So she has won 50% of all of India's World Championship medals. That's extraordinary, isn't it?
Yeah, I would. If I were the Indian coach, I would ask her to play women's doubles and mixed doubles as well. Definitely.
Good rally. It's a very good rally. And what a super shot to end it from PAI Yu Po.
Service over. 2 all.
Before we leave the medals table for India, it should be mentioned that 7 of the 8 World Championship medals have been won by female players. The only male player to win a medal was Prakash Padukone 36 years ago.
They have strong hopes of ending that draw.
Yeah.
I think the men's singles here in Basel, men's singles from India.
Three, 2.
Well, I said she got nice shot production. That was a beauty.
She's got excellent technical skills, in my opinion. PAI.
Oh, I'd challenge that. You're in a slightly better position to see.
Service
I
over.
would say, I thought
3-all.
it looked in from my first impression. I also have to say I wasn't paying particularly attention to that shot. So it was just sort of a feeling that I had.
Service over. 4-3.
Well, we've had some extraordinary results in the World Championships already. #1 seeds Gideon and Sukamolio losing earlier today. Yesterday, we lost the #1 seed in the women's singles discipline, Akane Yamaguchi. And I was saying on commentary, Steen, that I hadn't researched whether a #1 seed had lost in the women's singles in their first match before, but I could rely on you, because you sent me a message later saying you knew when it had happened before.
At least it's happened once before. That was in 1999 when Yi Zhaoying, the Chinese top seed, lost in the first round to Kelly Morgan of Wales in the World Championships back in Denmark.
5-4.
That's great research, Steen. I hadn't remembered that at all.
8. Service over. 5-all.
Yeah, nicely done. Perhaps the drive from PAI Yu Po, a little flat.
6-5.
I was underestimating the reach of PV Sindhu.
Oh, yes, that's nice. Lovely, lovely shot.
7-5.
Beautiful. Threaded it down the line. Sure, that's where you coaches think that's the ideal place, just inside the line. Don't go for the line, but just inside.
A little bit of a margin. That would be nice.
Yeah. Missed it. Do you remember her sister playing, Steen? PAI Yu Po's sister, PAI Xiao Ma?
No, not really.
Don't remember.
I remember the name, but I can't put a face on her.
Yeah, won 4 titles from 5 finals, including the 2012 US Grand Prix Gold. She was a fine player too. Oh yes, good follow-up.
9-5.
That's a misjudgment.
Service
Could have
over.
easily played that.
6-9.
Nice.
7-9.
I had implied criticism earlier on about PAI Yu Po going a little flat into the forehand side of PV Sindhu, as she's better known in her home country, but that was a beauty down her backhand side.
Yeah, and she's got to find the right level, which she obviously did here. because she's got to put some pressure on PV Sindhu. I don't think in the longevity of the match, I don't think PAI Yu Po is
Service over.
relying on running with PV Sindhu. That would be rather unwise, in my opinion. So she must try to control the match and sort of take the initiative. That's why it's important that if you lift too high, you give your opponent too much time. So that's why you might risk 1 or 2 interceptions in order to have the other lifts correct
interval
height, so to speak.
Yeah, I understand that. I can see that. That's a lovely block, but perhaps PAI Yu Po paying herself into trouble with the cross court.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
I thought you were going to have a word with Pullela Gopichand
To speak up.
to tell him to speak up and speak to the camera so we can hear what he's saying. He's a very quiet, considered man, isn't he?
And it was a not funny but interesting coaching, because of the 2 Indian coaches, as you mentioned, Pullela Gopichand, the head coach, and Kim Ji-hyun, the Korean, because of their differences in style, where
11-7.
Kim Ji-hyun is so invested in it and so agitated and speaks really really fast, whereas Gopichand is doing a few hand movements near his pocket, and that should be it. Going to be good.
Yeah, I know. It's a wonderful contrast.
And I think it could be a really good combination. The way I've seen it, Sindhu has been struggling a little bit since she won the BWF World Tour finals, but she still reached the final in Japan Open. No, that's not correct. In Indonesia Open, lost to Yamaguchi. Also lost to Yamaguchi in Japan, but now Yamaguchi's gone.
Yeah.
So still a lot of good players back remaining in the tournament, but the hall here should suit Sindhu well. I think she's one of the players to watch out for in this tournament here.
Yeah, I agree.
Service over. 13-8.
Nicely done.
So we can already scrap all of the speculations about not having played in the arena and that being an advantage for PAI Yu Po. Excellent start by PV Sindhu here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, she knows that was a missed opportunity, but quite frankly, Steen, I thought the way she was controlling the rally, I was very impressed. She was commanding the rally, dictating the pace.
Yeah. Kim Ji-hyun thought that as well.
What a contrast, though, again, between the two coaches.
I think basically as a coach you should be able to switch between both sort of psychological positions, the quiet one and also the supportive one. Sometimes you play needs one thing, sometimes it's the other.
Yeah.
Service over. 10-15.
Taking a little step backwards there, Sindhu. I would like it to take a little step in the direction of where she plays the shuttle, because there's a good chance that it's going to be played back at the net, and it will give a better
16,
technical
10.
shot movement. Excellent.
17, 10.
She's really lethal when she gets to move to these backhand corner lifts that are a little bit too short. She can use all her power, PV Sindhu.
I was a little bit fortunate there because she broke the strings of her racket with that one.
PUSARLA. PUSARLA.
There's Gopi Chand.
A little uneasy with the eyes there. Just a sideways glimpse.
That's a good shot. Yeah, it was that little hold and push. We were talking about that earlier, Steen.
Yeah.
11-18.
And then play the drop shots as short as possible. If you're PAI Yu Po. Always a challenge for the taller players to
12,
get
18.
all the way down to just above court level. We've seen that as well for Victor Axelsen from Denmark, who's perhaps the tallest men's singles player. He can struggle once in a while on the front court as well. Good shot. Very nice.
Service over. 19-12.
It's not really a smash, but little flick with the racket there across. Here it comes. Very difficult to cover because PAI Yu Po, she also had to cover the straight one.
Yeah.
Service over. 13-19.
Interesting serve, Steen.
Yeah.
14-19.
You like that?
Yeah. I think the players should think about the serve as the first possibility to attack. One of the things is to keep the opponents guessing, not let them get into a rhythm.
Service over. 20, game point 14.
6 game point opportunities. Only needed the one. 21-14 opening game
First game
to the
by
four-time
PUSARLA V
medalist PUSARLA V
Sindhu,
Sindhu here in the opening game against PAI Yu Po. 18 minutes for that opening game and looked very much in control. From 5-all, really pulled away and dominated.
Now more fasting, nothing, okay? More focus. The last couple of very good, smart play. You have to more create those ones. She knows now you should. She come fast and deception. Sometimes flexible, okay? As long as you can let it fast. Keep focus, huh? Sorry.
Keep focused.
Keep
play,
focused.
Keep fast.
And something about the service, that you should play some flat services.
Did that come from Gopi Chand or
no,
from
Kim Ji-hyun. First of all, I couldn't hear what he was saying, Gopi Chand, but I'm not sure I could understand it either, because I've heard that they speak Telugu between each other, Gopi Chand and PV Sindhu, and forgive me if I'm not pronouncing the language, the local language from Telangana correctly.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
So what we've heard direct from the coaches, what PV Sindhu should be doing. What, in your opinion, Steen, should PAI Yu Po try to do?
I think she should try and take control of the rallies, and one of the possibilities is using a lot of deceptions to steal time from PV Sindhu. I also think that it's possible that she could use the body smash when attacking Sindhu in order to prevent her from using angles, using the cross defense. I think Sindhu's faster and has got better reach than PAI, so she's got to sort of let the racket speak. But the difficult thing is that it's so easy to overdo, to play too sharp, and then suddenly points really quickly fall out of the basket quick.
Yeah.
Fantastic return. It's well played. Until now, PAI has controlled the rally. Now it's back to level. Oh, yeah, that's a challenge.
Yeah.
PUSARLA V Sindhu
I was just about to say, just missed it. And then looked at the line judge, and you're right, it was called in. Hence the challenge from PV Sindhu. Here we go. Yeah, great challenge. Great challenge.
Correction, out.
And that was a typical example where the demands became a little bit too steep for PAI Yu Po. The rally went on for too long, so she couldn't really maintain the shot quality in the end. And of course, it was a little bit unlucky because it could have gone in.
1-3. Service over. 4-1.
Good lift.
Oh, that's a very, very well constructed rally that was called in.
PUSARLA V Sindhu
PUSARLA
challenges called
is challenging again.
Yeah.
You think she's right to challenge?
Yeah, I don't mind having that extra look at it. It looked to be on at least the outer side of the line, if not out.
Here we go. Yeah, it's another great challenge.
Correction. Out. Five, 1. Play.
Oh, yes.
Started again with the service return.
6-1.
A little deception on it, but way, way too short, and then it becomes really difficult suddenly. So, sort of measuring when to play the deceptions and when to play a little bit more safe. That's the problem for PAI.
More left.
Service over. 2-6.
Don't want to get ahead of myself, Steen, but if PUSARLA was to medal again this year,
She'll have to beat Tai Ying.
yeah, but if she was to do that, she'd have 5 medals, which would equal the most prolific women's singles medalist with 5 medals, which was who? My quiz question for you.
5 medals in women's singles.
Yeah, good attack from PAI Yu Po.
3-6.
It's a tough one. Zhang Ning, she's in front.
Yes, well done. I'm buying the teas tonight.
I opted for 2. But,
Zhang Ning, yeah.
I thought about Qi Xingfang as well. And she might have been able to do it, but it must have been someone in the era where we played World Championships every year.
Exactly.
Even though she was
4-6.
on the world stage early, Zhang Ning. I remember having seen her in the Yu Po Cup in 1996 against Indonesia.
Yeah, against Mira Ordina.
Yeah.
But only 1 gold medal for Zhang Ning. 1 gold, 2
Service
silvers, 2 bronze.
7-4.
I think it was 2003 she won gold
In Birmingham.
in Birmingham. Only 1 gold medal.
Yeah.
Most of us dream about
Poor
that.
thing.
Great
played.
rally.
Yeah.
That is super.
Service over. 5-7.
The flat pushes to the backhand side of Sindhu. Set it up.
Remarkable defence initially.
Service over. 8-5.
Oh,
Such
super.
fantastic technical skills.
Service over, 6-8.
And it's the most difficult side to play deceptions in, the forehand side. It's much easier done with the backhand.
Push that wide. Why?
I think it's because in the backhand side you have the
7,
thumb behind
8.
the grip where you can sort of push it. In the forehand side, it's like it's open to one side. The open palm where the racket grip is. So there's nothing really to break it. And you can't really use the fingertips that well in that side.
Service over,
So if we're looking at
9-7.
skill level, then that's one of the parameters that we can look for. Are you able to play deceptions and equally well in both forehand and backhand? It's a sign of good technical skills. See, there was that little wiggle again. One who's also very good at it is Anthony Ginting in the men's singles.
Yes.
So many
Yeah.
deceptions from the front court.
Service over,
Lovely cross-court net from PAI Yu Po.
9.
But don't you think with Ginting, it's a large amount of that is because he's taking it so early, rather than the technical skill? Or a bit of both?
Yeah, I haven't really thought about what causes it. I think he can play it from a very low position as well.
Okay.
Service
Yeah, that was a
over,
pity. I like the idea there.
10-8.
There's the service judge's view. I'm not sure we are totally at that level.
Yes, because the two lines you can see on that perspex,
Service
the
over,
service judge has to
9,
line up,
10.
have their view, so those two lines are lined up, and then they can tell what is 1.15 meters, and the shuttle must be struck, the whole of the shuttle must be struck below that 1.15 meter mark. Oh, good defense. Oh my goodness, did you see that backhand with full pirouette?
Sometimes it's needed.
That was a super push, first of all. I suppose the
was a
momentum...
save.
Yeah, it was a terrific save. I suppose the momentum, you might as well keep going in the full pirouette rather than change direction again, which is more difficult.
Yeah.
Well, it's
11,
PAI Yu Po
10,
who
interval.
has the advantage at the mid-game interval, albeit just one solitary point advantage. Now, those pirouettes, Steen, take me back to my ballet day.
高比較高，你對下很好洞察的位置，你要麼就稍微破壞一下他的姿勢，要麼就把那個拉高。
Do you know the coach?
No,
No.
I don't know who the
They've
coach
got
is.
they've got quite a few new ones, haven't they?
Yeah.
对他來講，他那個手風順轉，
Which is a little bit surprising coming the Olympics in 1 year's
20
time.
seconds.
Normally want
Court 1,
reasonably stable
20 seconds.
coaching staff.
Yeah. Good point.
Players return to the court.
PAI
So 6
Ready.
of the last 8 points to PAI Yu Po. 5-8 down.
Yeah, and I think
11-10.
perhaps PV Sindhu has felt a little bit too comfortable. Their first game in the
Play.
bag, relatively easy 8-5 lead. Things are going as as planned, more or less. And sometimes you need to be reminded that, hey, you need to stay in full concentration, like we saw Kim Ji-hyun say in the interval between the first and the second game.
11 all.
Missed it.
Yeah, deflected by the net, I think.
12-11.
Yeah, good spot.
Good shot. Withstood the first pressure in the rally from PAI Yu Po.
11. Return the shuttle. Quickly.
Yeah, it was a slice, wasn't it? Creates extra angle, extra spin of the shuttle, more wind resistance or air resistance, and therefore the shuttle dies quicker. Oh dear.
Service over.
First service
12,
error of the match from
13.
either player.
Great attack.
Service over.
Especially as she broke her strings again.
14-12.
It seems like it's working really well to break the string and and smash. Changed the gear manufacturer, changed the brand of racket at the year end of 2018, and that also takes some time to get used to playing with a different racket than the one you're used to.
Yes, I think the best example of that was probably the man that was born in this city, Roger Federer, when he changed to a bigger head racket, and he was very reluctant to do so. But it's proved to be, of course, it was the same manufacturer that he had used previously, but it was a completely different racket with a bigger head.
Yeah.
So that made a huge difference to him, and eventually a very positive difference to him.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's perfect.
Service over.
Right into the corner.
It's also a huge
13,
difference for our
15.
colleague Morten Frost when he changed his racket manufacturer. He actually refrained from playing a European Championship because he wasn't satisfied with his new racket and he wasn't allowed to play with his old. So Hans-Peter Nierhoff won the title instead that year.
Year I won my first European Championship.
Service over.
I know you can't believe I'm that old.
16-13.
No, I never would have guessed it.
Yeah, looking up at the lights, perhaps just lost sight of the shuttle momentarily.
Shot. She's regained control of the match, PV Sindhu.
Quickly.
Combined with the fact, I think, there's signs to me that PAI Yu Po doesn't quite know how she's going to win rallies.
Yeah.
Bye. Return to court.
Oh, Paul Buffum, the umpire, not having any time wasting. That's good umpiring.
Hi. Ready.
Oh, that's a good shot.
18.
And that's where she has the
13.
most possibilities, PV Sindhu. That's from her long backhand corner when she has time. Pretty much play all 6 corners. 9 if you want to take the mid-court area
Service over.
into consideration as well.
14-18. Hi.
But we haven't really seen PAI being able to get the attack and target the backhand side. There it was. Good defense by Sindhu, because we saw in Indonesia and Japan that there were some gaps in the backhand side of the defense of PV Sindhu.
Service over.
And
19.
I feel
14.
then PAI's strategy should have pretty much been built around exploiting that area.
Play.
Two points away from booking her place in the last 16. Oh, and that's super. Just high enough to get it
20,
over the head
match point,
of PAI Yu Po.
14.
Very good example on a lift with the perfect height.
Yeah.
You even became a winner. Oftentimes you'll see the opponents retrieve it, but from a more defensive.
Service over. 15.
Can't have been long
20.
by much, I don't think. It's landed in. And on her second match point opportunity, the 4-time medalist PUSARLA V books her place in the last 16, the third round of the World Championships here in Basel. 42 minutes for her victory.
21-14, 21-15.
Umpire just confirming that scoreline. 21-14, 21-15 in 42 minutes. So efficient and positive workout, I'm sure that PV Sindhu will think, because she was pushed hard enough to make her sharp and make her really work for that victory. Clearly landed in. So the victory to Sindhu, 21-14, 21-15.